All right, joining me now is retired Brigadier General Mark Kimmett, the former Assistant Secretary of State for Political and Military Affairs under former President George W. Bush. General, nice to see you. All right, on the subject of the gauntlet, Bill Burns, CIA Director William Burns, warning that a cornered Vladimir Putin might be willing to use tactical or low-grade nuclear weapons. So just so people understand that means literally what it sounds like, nuclear weapons that don't have the impact of some of the larger weapons, but they also, ironically, don't necessarily ensure the mutual assured destruction that people have assumed for the 70 years of the Cold War.
You know, John, at the end of the Cold War, we got rid of all of our tactical nuclear weapons. We had them in our own tactical units, 155 artillery. The artillery that we're sending to Ukraine right now used to be capable of firing artillery rounds with a tactical nuclear shell in it.
Is retired U.S. Army General Wesley Clark. He's the former Supreme Allied Commander of NATO.
I hope he doesn't use a tactical nuclear weapon. That would change everything. But the truth is, if he uses tactical nuclear weapons, it's just another way to kill people. And we've got to look through that. We can't allow ourselves to be self-deterred because he's going to fire 4 or 5 tactical nuclear weapons.
I suspect, horrible to say so, that we will see a tactical nuclear weapon used in the next 10 years. I hope that will then wake people up to say, wow, life is going to get dangerous. What are we going to do about it? To take other nations around the world, look for Britain for leadership. We do need, another Churchill right now.
But that's pretty apocalyptic.
Is the end of the world as we know it about to happen?
Gosh, maybe. I have to honestly answer that question. Perhaps we have to see what is the collective West going to do? What is NATO going to do?
Okay, so to recap, what happened was that Putin announced there was going to be a partial mobilization. He called up 300,000 reservists, which I'm assuming is going to take a while to train them. So it's really a way to reorganize his forces and put more people in Ukraine. And the West has had a complete freak out over this because Putin mentioned about nuclear blackmail insofar as shelling the Zaporozhye nuclear power plant. And he intimated, if you will, because I saw the entire speech, which seemed very measured and very calm and collected. And he intimated that, if any Western power has any nuclear ideas, that they best keep those ideas to themselves because Russia has the means to do something about it. And so from there, what has been the West's reaction?
Well, they really are jumping on the statement that Putin made with regards to nuclear weapons. I mean, they've focused the narrative on that particular line, even though he said a lot of things during that 14-minute address, as did Shoigu, which the collective West is just, it seems like they're completely ignoring all of that stuff, and they're focusing in on the statement with regards to nuclear weapons. Okay, I understand it. They can play around with that narrative. They can package it, and they could throw it out there to paint the picture that Putin is once again this madman who wants to destroy the world, and he's capable of anything, and he's now painted it to a corner. I think the New York Times had an article with the title something like "Painted it to a corner." Putin, could do anything. So I think that's the overarching narrative. The interesting thing about the nuclear statement, Gonzalo, is that the collective West seems to have amnesia with regards to nuclear threats. I remember Zelensky in the Munich Security Conference about a week and a half before the special military operation got underway, and he was running around Munich along with Kamala Harris and Ursula von der Crazy and Olaf Scholz and Annalena Baerbock. All of them were there. And what was Zelensky saying? I'm going to get nukes. I'm going to get nukes. I'm telling you all, they're giving me nukes. No one said anything.
Yeah.
No one told Zelensky to shut up. No one told him, hey, man, quiet down. No one called a press conference and said, you know what? This guy is crazy. There's no way. As the United States of America, as the vice president of the U.S., I'm telling you right now, there is no way that this guy is going to get nuclear weapons. None of that stuff's going to happen. Forget about it. Nope. They encouraged him.
Yeah.
They said, yeah, keep on going. And ever since that statement, we've had multiple EU and NATO officials, come out with statements calling for the nuclear destruction of Russia. From France, I remember doing a video about 2 months ago where there was a Polish official and a French official both said that Moscow needs to be dealt with via nuclear weapons. There's been various EU officials. There is a whole list of collectivist officials calling for the use of nuclear weapons against Russia. I mean, specifically calling for nuclear weapons.